Seasons change even on Mars. A look at how NASA's explorers study the weather and cope with change, especially in the case of the Ingenuity helicopter, which now has to fly in a thinner atmosphere. This visualization, known as NASA's EYES, shows where the agency's 2 rovers and lander are touring the planet. For most of them, measuring the weather is a key part of their job. It's early summer in Jezero Crater, where NASA's Perseverance rover and the Ingenuity helicopter are exploring the South Sator region. Perseverance uses its Mars Environmental Dynamics Analyzer, or MEDA, to measure temperature, humidity, wind speed, and direction. These wind sensors also measure the amount and size of dust particles in the atmosphere, helping scientists understand the dust cycle and its impact on weather. MEDA also provides the Ingenuity helicopter with critical pre-flight weather forecasts. Recently, warmer temperatures and a thinning atmosphere have made it more difficult for the helicopter to generate enough lift to fly. Its rotors had to spin faster than they had in previous flights, roughly 2,700 revolutions a minute. In the southern hemisphere, where the Curiosity rover is driving in Gale Crater, it's early winter. The Rover Environmental Monitoring Station, REMS, provides daily weather reports and takes regular dust surveys to measure seasonal changes over time. The InSight lander is focused on what's happening below ground. In September, it measured one of the biggest, longest-lasting Marsquakes ever detected. Seismic waves from the magnitude 4.2 shook InSight for nearly an hour and a half. Finally, the fleet of orbiters, including Odyssey, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, and MAVEN, helps scientists understand the scope and scale of storms from above. MRO produces a daily global weather map and provides us with amazing images. If you're interested in dunes on other worlds, check out these recent photos. To get the latest updates, follow @NASA-JPL and @NASA Mars on social media. Or take a deeper dive on the mission websites at mars.nasa.gov.
For almost 7 years, NASA's Curiosity rover has been exploring Mars. Let's see where it is now. The rover is climbing a mountain, Mount Sharp, that is dry and sandy today. But 3.5 billion years ago, rivers, lakes, and groundwater could be found here. The white line shows where we'd like to send Curiosity over the next few years. Curiosity recently entered a valley between a ridge and cliffs higher up the mountain. We've been calling this area the Clay Unit because Mars orbiters have seen a strong clay signal here. That's exciting because clay minerals often form when water is around. From the ground, we can look for clues of ancient water. In these cliffs above the Clay Unit, the same orbiters see sulfate minerals. That could mean that water was drying up or becoming more acidic. Comparing the clay and sulfate layers could give us a better idea of how the Martian climate changed over time. Cutting through the sulfate layer is evidence of an ancient gushing river, Geddes Vallis Channel. In orbiter images, we've seen boulders and other debris that were probably washed out by the river. This channel formed after the clay and sulfate layers. It's a whole other chapter in the story of water on Mount Sharp. These features could teach us about more than just the mountain. They may help explain what changes were happening across Mars at the same time, and how that affected its ability to support life, if it ever existed here.